consider myself to be a proper game reviewer just yet, but I have encountered some comments that make no sense to me. Here are some examples. You haven't played the game, therefore you can't say anything about it. You bought the game, so you're a part of the problem. You can't judge a game based on a trailer. There are a few others as well, but those are the ones that confuse me the most. So we are gonna play a little game right now, just so you can see how stupid these comments can be sometimes. I want you to go and find a trailer for a game that you, personally, have not played before. Now, write down what the trailer shows you. As you do so, I want you to try answering these questions in your mind. What is the story like? What are the NPCs like? How does the gameplay feel? What kinds of quests will you be doing? How is traversal like? What quality of life features does this game include? What is your role? Does the game come with good rewards or not? Once you've attempted to answer all of those questions, I need you to go and find a review for that game. Maybe multiple reviews for that game. You can find ones that don't have spoilers or do have them. Your choice. Then write down everything you've learned about that game in the comments, splitting what you learned from the trailer compared to what the reviewer told you. If you see a massive difference between what the trailer shows you and what the reviewer said, then that should tell you a lot. Why? Well, the trailer is only there to give you a small glimpse into what the game is like. On the other hand, a reviewer has played the game and therefore knows a lot more about it. And how did the reviewer get this information? They had to buy and play the game, of course. Which brings me to this next point. If you bought the game from just the trailer alone, is it your fault for realizing that some parts of the game are bad? If you didn't watch any of the trailers or reviews for this game because you wanted to go into it blind, is it your fault when the game turns out to be a disappointment? Some platforms don't offer any refund options, so now you're stuck with a game you don't really like and there's nothing you can do about it. So is that really your fault? Are you really a part of the problem? No, it's not the player's fault for wanting to buy a game and support the people who made it. Who's really at fault here is the higher ups. The people who approved the game to have all of these horrible features to begin with. The people who made those decisions and forced the devs to implement them. That is where you should be pointing the blame at. Let me give you another example, just to really drive this point home. By now, I'm sure you've heard of a game called Metroid Prime 4. That game was stuck in development for a really long time, then scrapped and worked on again by completely different people. What was the result of that? A complete misunderstanding of what makes Metroid Prime games so good. Sure, they nailed down the atmosphere and the music, but good atmosphere and music alone cannot save a flawed game. I will say this, I have not played this game myself, but I know a lot about its faults thanks to a bunch of people reviewing the game. That is how I know that Metroid Prime 4 is not for me. They also taught me a lot of things that I didn't know about the games as well. From the fact that when you get a power up in Metroid, it just gives it to you. You don't have to travel to a specific character or anything like that in order to get it. Because that was the whole point of Samus's suit. It was designed to adapt to whatever technology she came across. But in Prime 4, you have to go to this nerdy engineer guy in order to get all of the elemental beam weapons. Why? I would love to talk more about Prime 4, why it upsets me as a person who played Metroidvania games, and my agreements with what the reviewer said, but that is a video for another time. What I'm trying to say here is that if it weren't for people buying and playing the games for you, how would you learn about this kind of stuff? The only way that you would find out about this is by playing through the game. Because, like you found out through a little game earlier, a trailer cannot tell you everything. So please, I don't want to see a single one of you write that kind of stuff in the comments. Because it's a really silly thing to say. And I bet there's a lot of you who listened to a review before and used it to help you decide whether or not to buy a game. Therefore, the next time you listen to a review, either based on the trailer or the game itself, actually hear them out on what they have to say first. Then play play the game for yourself to confirm whatever the reviewer said, if you need to. Or don't, it is up to you. Just don't go blaming the person for buying the game when the game later turns out to be trash. I think I've gone on long enough. If you also don't like it when people comment that kind of stuff, tell me why. What is your issue when people say things like that? And did a review on a game help you decide if you should get it or not? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.